Good afternoon, everyone. I promised you I would tell you a little bit more about the campaign mailer. I didn't want to take a long time on the last video, so I wanted to do a separate something for you, and that way in the comment section, I'm going to try and leave some little snippets of the pictures. I guess it's pictures. Yeah, pictures of what each little different compartment looks like. So hopefully it'll help you. All I can say is campaign mailer is awesome. You don't want to miss out on a chance to use it, especially right now. We have a very limited time for getting in touch with people for Christmas. And you can go to the post office, of course, and mail out books, but this is, one, it's more convenient because, well, I'll explain that in a minute, but one, is more convenient. Two, it costs less money. Three, it saves you time. So convenient and time kind of go together. But anyway, the bottom line is, if you're using it or if you haven't used it, consider it, because we all have customers that don't live close by. We all have customers who are, even if they're 40 minutes away, that's not like practical for you to just run and go drop off a book, and leave books not knowing, unless you've got like 20 customers in that area that you leave books for, and you go one day to go leave books there. And part of me sharing about the campaign mailer is really I want to try to help organize your sales strategy. I know I've moved a lot, so honestly can tell you, no matter what I do, Avon is universal, so I can take it with me wherever I go. So you can tell me, we can use the excuse all day long, well, I don't know anybody. I would love to do this, but I don't know anybody. Sorry, not a good excuse, because I don't know anybody either. Or my family won't buy from me. Bad excuse. That's not going to work either. My family doesn't buy from me either. In fact, I supply my family. I supply my own home. They're not buying from me. I buy for myself. But I do have two daughters, and I have one that is graduated, and she's already 21. So not enough money to go around. So, of course, she gets into my stash. It's like, Mom, I need a mascara. Mom, I need a this. Mom, I need a that. So, you're getting where I'm going with this. So we got to look for customers wherever we can find them, correct? So here is my plan to help you find those customers. One thing I think we probably don't utilize enough is our email. My email, I have got so many people on my email. Now, granted, I realize all our millennial people probably don't have some lengthy list of email customers or email names in their email list, because I could ask my 21-year-old and she'd say, "Oh yeah, Mom, I don't get on email. You want to send me something, message me on Facebook, or you want to send me something, message me, or send it in an Instagram, or send it on Pinterest." So by brutal force, I have been forced to have to do social media. No, I'm just kidding. I love social media. It's a good thing. It could be a good thing and be a bad thing, as we can all tell, those of us who are on social media. But anyway, use it to your benefit. But my point is, email sounds like the old way of doing things. However, you have got customers who use their email, and you do have customers who will not they don't have a Facebook page. They definitely don't have an Instagram. They definitely don't do Twitter. They're just not, I don't want to say they're not social, they're just not social media people. So how are you reaching those people? Depends on you. And the importance of reaching those people could be the difference of your method to your madness. So if you're willing to, the biggest thing too, especially if you say, well, I can't get out of my house. I'm really kind of stuck, or I can't get out of my house. What am I going to do? I do have a few people on the team, and there are others. I'm sure Molly has some. I'm sure Milagros has some. There's very many different leaders who I'm sure have people on their team who are maybe homebound, can't get out, and that's why they're doing this. So you're going to have to get creative. If you are that person, you're going to have to get creative. Part of that will require using email and being very methodical about it. What I mean by methodical, meaning you've got a plan of action. You have, I've got a planner. I've got stuff written on top of it. I have a planner. Every day you're going to be writing in your planner and looking. And even if it's not an everyday activity per se, but it really should be. If you can't get out of your house at all, it needs to be that you are planning every day. Somehow you're getting online, whether it's through your email or through your social media or doing this campaign mailer, because that sends out the books to your customers. So it's not impossible if you get books out to customers. You got to decide or decipher the people who are willing to look at a book online, or a, there was another word for that, now I can't think of it. Anyway, it'll come to me. But if they want to look at your website, or, and I have posted before, and I will post it again in the bottom of this video, but there is a static link, and it's been passed around several times. This shouldn't maybe be the first time you're hearing about it, but it could be if you're newer. But we do have a static link also that allows you to, it's not a link to your e-store. It's a link to actually look at books online, not online. I'm sorry, it's not an online thing. But it is connected to somehow, if they're using your phone, or so the static link will give you a whole group of your books. So right now I'm in campaign 25, so I'm going to use that as an illustration. But so you would see, sorry, it's way down the bottom. You would see campaign 25 book in the static link. You would see a picture of this book. 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 And you would see a picture of, I think this is 25, this book. So now so here's the deal. If you send that static link out to people you know, look at your contact list. Who's in your phone? Who do you know? We got to make some success happen, but the only way that's going to happen is if you got to be proactive. People, you could have posted 15 times throughout the day, don't forget I'm an Avon lady. Come see me for all your needs. You know, that's great. They all know you sell Avon, but what you're lacking is putting something in front of the people, because they got to see it. There has to be something they can see. So the static link will offer the book so that they can click on any one of those books like I just showed you. Your customer can click on any of those books, and then once they click on that book, they can just it's virtual. That's the word I was looking for. It's a virtual. So they can just turn the pages. It is not connected at all to your e-store. So it would require, here's the thing again, this is how Avon works. So there's too many representatives who get in and say, okay, I gave out all my books. Waiting. Nobody's calling me. Why is nobody calling me? There's all kinds of neat stuff in this book. I'm waiting. So you can be waiting, but you'll wait all day. People are busy. We have to give them customer service, and not just plain old customer service. I'm talking beyond the call of duty customer service. So this is where the follow-up comes in. And in the 14 years I've been selling, I cannot tell you how many times I've heard the fortune is in the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. And say it with me. The fortune is in the follow-up. So if you want to know where the real money is, it's in the follow-up. And what that means is it's going to require work. It's going to require for us to make phone calls, for us to send a text message back, for us to send out an email, for us to message somebody on Facebook, for us to tag someone on Facebook, for us to pin something on Pinterest, and then take the little arrow thing on Pinterest and send it to a friend. Instagram, I am still trying to learn, so I can't really tell you the connection there. I just know it has something to do with adding people's names somehow at the bottom of that post in Instagram. But anybody who knows more about Instagram, if Tasha Moffat, if you happen to listen to this, I know you're an Instagrammer. India, if you happen to, Murray, if you happen to listen to this and you know how that works, I would really love for you ladies to maybe help us share a little bit more about how you work your Instagram. But the ones I can tell you about, the ones I know about, I've just mentioned the Facebook and Pinterest, and I really don't know that much about Twitter either. So if there is somebody who's using Twitter and that's your main connection to your people, I'm really just throwing that challenge out to you that we need every different angle because we are all different people and we all find different ways to make our business work for us. These are some things that have worked for me, and I can say I realize they may not work for everyone, but in the case where you're homebound or you just didn't get out, you've been sick, or somebody in your family sick, you have to stay home taking care of an ill mother, or I don't know, there's all kinds of reasons. But the main thing is that you understand using the static report or the static set of books in that link, sending it in a text. You then turn around after you sent that text, you're going to want to follow up and contact that person, call them, text them, whatever's easier, and say, hey, I sent you my virtual set of books. Did you get them? Because some people don't get pictures on their text, so that won't be an option. You need to find that out about the people that you're sending a text message out to. There are a few people who cannot get pictures, so if that's the case, you wasted time sending that out to people. So you do need to know which customers can, and make a note or get a steno book or a notebook, and then just start listing your customers who you need to text. Maybe you've got a list of 10 names. These people are all people that I'm going to text the static list of books so that they get the books. And the good news is, if they're willing to view that from their phone, they didn't have to access the internet. All they had to do was open up that link, click on it in their text, and then start perusing through the books. So you kind of want to establish with them, hey, I'm going to send you a set of virtual books. I'm sending it in a text message. Will you let me know that you got the text message? Just so I know that it has been received. Just a simple, yes, I got it. Thanks for sending. Thank you. Got it. Whatever. Okay, great. So now you've established that those people got that text. Now, in a matter of a few days, you just want to ask them that will you have time in the next few days? You can go through that and look at those virtual books. And then I will be calling you back or texting you back to find out what you'd like to order. Okay, so now you're trying to find out what do they want to order. And now the challenge is, okay, they're going to want to order something. How am I now going to deliver it because I don't have wheels, or I'm not able to get that far away, or these people live 40 minutes from me and it's too far for me to go, but I really would like their sales, I'd like their business. So that's going to now require either one of two things. They're either going to have to, now that they've selected what they wanted, they either going to have to go on your e-store and actually place the order, which they could have went to your e-store and looked at the books to begin with and then just clicked on everything. So this is why I said you need to establish this with people to begin with. Some people do not want to fool with the e-store, that they're just not comfortable with it. But if that is the case, then you send out this static book link, you get their orders, and then they're going to give you their card information over the phone. They're going to give you their card information. It's either that or this process will take a little longer because they're going to need to mail you the money ahead of time. So they either do a money order or PayPal, whatever is more convenient. Now, PayPal, that's a lot quicker. You'd have money in your account so that you could turn around and do this order for them quicker. So I highly would advise maybe getting a PayPal account, because if somebody else has PayPal and you know they love Avon, then you can work your business through PayPal. But the main thing is finding out what they want. Then what you're going to do is you'll be going in on your e-store, not your regular avon.com, but your e-store. So when you go into your e-store, you're going to type it, you're going to make it like you're them. You're going to create a customer account for them. What I do is I have like a little address book that has all their information. It's not like it is an address book. So specifically, you don't have to spend a lot of money on a fancy address book. You can simply get one at Dollar Tree, one for $1. Or make your own if you've got paper laying around. My thought is, and I've tried to say on some earlier posts today, if it means you got to pull from whatever you got laying around because you don't let it be your excuse. Well, I can't get to the dollar store to go get me an address book, so I can't do this. No. I'm sure we all have paper laying around somewhere. So make use of a piece of paper. Make that your address book. And just write at the top, Avon addresses, poof, it's an address book. And then you want to keep a list. So you keep that list of those people, their names, their addresses, because you're going to need that information, their phone number, contact information. You're going to need that when you create a new account for them on your e-store. And if they don't have an email address, you use yours. That easy. It is that easy. You use your email, you go in, you put their information, because if they're going to give you a card, then you're going to need to have their billing information, and you need to double check, is their billing information the same as their shipping information? Okay, so if they have decided they're going to give you card information over the phone, you do have to make sure that's correct, because it's a security feature. Avon, the e-store will boot you out. You get like 3 tries, poof, you're gone. So, and then you can't do it for a while. You have to wait a few days, and it's crazy. I've been there, done that. So, definitely be sure, and that's what I always ask people as I'm getting that order from them. I ask them, is your billing information the same as your shipping information? Because the billing information to your card that you're using, if your card that you're using has a post office box or a different address for any reason, you've moved and you just haven't switched over the information on your card yet, that's going to raise a red flag on our e-store, and your order will not process. So I just need to be sure, is your card information, the billing, is it the same as where I'm shipping it to? Okay, so then you've got the possible person who may be doing paying by PayPal or giving you a money order, and then that makes you have to deposit it into your account. So you'll now be using your card. In that case, when you go to your e-store and you place the order for them, you're going to you don't have to worry about anything that pertains to them except for as far as the billing information goes, that you're using your card, so that is your information. But what you will change is the ship to address. So now you're going to ship to Julie Smith at 555 Shamrock Drive, whatever the rest of her address is, and double check it, make sure you have it right, because you want your products going to the correct place. You want your customer to get her stuff. But it is basically only thing you're changing is the ship to. So you can do a ship to and it'll go straight to them. So there we've alleviated. You did not have to worry about, you know, how am I going to get to them and how am I going to make that delivery. That just gives you a chance to do that. So I'm hoping that is clear. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I do want to cover a little bit about the campaign mailer. But those are things you can do. And then, of course, when I started mentioning about the email, make sure that you can send that static link also through email. So whatever, and I'm going to try to, I'm making a note for myself that every new, and I'm in Mail Plan 5, I don't think there is any, there used to be some people on the team who were ahead of me in a mail plan, but I'm going to try to remember to, you know, as my 25 is coming up, or right now when I get done, I'll make sure I put the static link for 25 in there. Some of you are in campaign 24 still, and you'll be wrapping up 24. Okay, so as long as I have 25 out there, that's the main thing, then we can keep it going. I'll put, like I said, a note for myself that every new campaign that's coming up, I'll have that posted for you. Then all you have to do is copy that link. The easiest way to do it, you either copy it and then have your email tab open so that you're ready to send out your emails to whoever you're going to send it to, and then you copy that link, paste it into your email, and then at the top, I would blind copy, to do it as a blind copy so everybody doesn't have everybody else's email addresses, because people are funny about that. So definitely blind copy, but select all the different people that you know that you're going to be sending that out to. I have a Yahoo account, so I can say, I know that if you do more than I want to say like 175 names, it'll bounce back at me. It won't let me do it because it thinks it's spam. So you'll have to divide it up. I don't know about Gmail and some of the other ones out there. I don't know how those work, but I do know Yahoo won't let you send more than like 175. So I have to break mine up into, there's a lot of people on mine because I've moved around a lot and I've got to know a lot of people. So I kind of break mine up into threes and then like 125 each time. So anyway, that being said, I have definitely gotten orders back because I put that static link in the email and I type a little note that says, my campaign 25 my campaign 25 book is now ready to be looked at. If you have not went online and visited my e-store and you haven't had an opportunity to look at the book, here is a way you can look at a virtual book. Just click on the link below and you can see all my campaign 25 brochures, anything from the regular brochure to the outlet brochure and anything in between. You don't have to be those words, but whatever you're comfortable with, but just put something in there so that they don't just see a link and then they don't know what that is. And most people are not just going to click on a link in their email because they're going to be like, okay, well, it's coming from you. But have we ever got something from somebody we knew and it was spam, somebody hacked your email and they don't want to get a virus or whatever. So you got to be cautious about that. So definitely, and in the subject line, don't send it out without a subject. Let them know, however you want to say it. You try not to make it too lengthy, but it could just say something this short. Avon Campaign 25 books are ready to be viewed, and leave it at that. And when they open up the email, they see it's from you. They're going to see the link, but you want to have some words in there. Something about, I'm excited to share my new campaign, my e-store. You could also include that link below somewhere further down. It is not my e-store. It is just the books. When you click on the link, it'll let you open up each book and you can peruse through each book. And what I'd even do at the bottom of that email is to try to establish what customers want your virtual books and what customers would just be willing to go online and shop at your store, and or would they like an actual book in their hand that they can look at, and you will add them to your mailing list. And then if they're going to be added to the mailing list, then you need to say after that, please reply with your current address so that I can make sure I get you added to that list. As simple as that. And when I do that, I do get people who have sent me email back. Some people don't pay as much attention and just read through it or whatever, but I have definitely had people tell me to add them to the mailing list. So if that happens, and of course they send me their they send me their snail mail address, and then I go in and I add them to Campaign Mailer. Okay, so also when the new books come out, another thing you can do is you could send a video of like our campaign. Well, the Avon's got our new thing that talks about the campaign thing your customers are going to love or whatever. If you want to go to YouTube and highlight the URL in the browser at the top, and then take the video of and usually I do make up. I've always think there's only been a few books that have slipped past me, but I have a YouTube channel, and I do use that to do the books, put them together in a video series. So that's another opportunity that my information is in the video, but if you share that video, what you need to do is make sure that you let people know, I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm only trying to I'm helping myself because I have customers who like to see that. But I realize not everybody has time to make these videos. So I'm trying to help you guys out and let you have something different to show to your customers and something that they might enjoy looking at. So if you copy that YouTube video and it's my YouTube video, all you have to do is say, thanks to a friend for sharing this YouTube video. I'm able to share with you the book in a video form, and it'll take all of 10 minutes to see the whole book. So, and that's just, when I do it, it's not all the other books, it's only the main book. Okay, so when that part is done, and I haven't done 25 yet, it's coming, but I'm just trying to give you a heads up so that you're able to promote it. You can also promote that same thing on your Facebook pages. And you can also do YouTube, do Pinterest. So if you've got a Pinterest page that has something related to Avon, you may make a new board that might say, view Avon Books in video, or something that's catchy. So that gives people reason to follow you on Pinterest because it's something different. I mean, everybody does crafts and everybody does, animals. I love dogs, or, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there. But I've got a umpteen dozen of different boards, and probably a good 12 of them are related to Avon. I have a Avon Living one. I have a regular as the new products come out, I share whatever on that one. I have one for Mark. I have one for Anu. I have one for our sterling silver jewelry. Initially, when I first started it, I just had one Avon one, but I thought it needed to be broken down because I figured it was easier to things and you ever stuff. So hopefully I help you with it. The topic that if you need some help and wanting to do something with a Pinterest board, you don't have an Pinterest account, but you want to let me know, I'll help you. Okay, so email, your email, definitely use your email. And Avon also has in your office a place where you can click on, and I will go back and look for that information for you and add that to our team page so that you can find it either a link or I'll add it down here in the bottom of the comments. But there is a place where you can go so that you don't even have to remember, okay, campaign 25 is coming. Oh shoot, I forgot to send that out to customers. Avon automatically, if you upload emails into your web office, they automatically, you can select for them to get every 2 weeks the new book that comes out, or they can get that plus any specials that are going on. So and sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want to clog up their email with a bunch of Avon stuff. Add yourself to the list too, your email, and then you'll see exactly what your customers are getting. And I know that if they don't want to get an email, they'll take themselves off. But you making that decision for them ahead of time, you just shot yourself in the foot because maybe they don't mind it, and you're just assuming everybody. Maybe you're the person who says, "Well, I don't like getting all those emails," but then the next person might say, "I want to know what all the deals are. If I don't have time to look it over, I just delete. You know, I mean, it's not that hard to hit a delete button." So, but there are people who want to know about stuff. So who are we to be the judge and jury on who gets and who doesn't get? So definitely utilize your email. Don't forget about that because that's really key. I've had several orders just come in lately, and they weren't people that are following me on my Facebook page. They were people that I just recently sent out the email that Avon has sent out, and I got orders from it. They told them about a special $25 shipping, free shipping. That was sent out because I saw that come through my email. So I will include the link. I need to write that down so I don't forget. Link on link for email, and then I'll post that. And okay, so right into your campaign mailer. That I'm going to also post the link in the bottom of this conversation or this video so that you can go in and get yourself signed up. Campaign mailer does not cost you anything to have an account, but it does cost, obviously, if you're going to send out books. And here's just a few little things I can tell you. I know when I first looked at it, when I first looked at the whole thing, I kind of was like, ooh, I'm overwhelmed a little bit, because there was a lot of stuff, and I'm more of a simpleton. I like to keep things very easy. Of course, if you ask my husband, he'd probably tell you a different story. He thinks clutter is chaos, and some things seem a little cluttered, but it's my cluttered mess. I know where my piles are, and I know what's in what pile, but to somebody who is a neat freak, they would look at this and go, my gosh. But I've always heard it said, a messy desk is a sign of a genius. So I'm going to go with that. But anyway, when you look at campaign mailer, and I'm looking at it right now, you're going to see a spot where you can, on the top right hand corner, if you go to log in or whatever, it's going to ask you for your new set up an account, something of that nature, because mine's already set up, so I don't remember what those words are exactly. But in the top right-hand corner, it will ask you, then you set up your account, and once you get your account set up, then you need to kind of go back you don't necessarily have to go to the home page, but there is a spot that says start here. Start here is going to follow these instructions for easy ordering. So, when I first looked at it, it seemed a little overwhelming, but then I'm like, okay, so when I have a task to do, let's say, I'll try to relate this to something probably all of us can relate to. For whatever reason, we've allowed things to pile up. Been a busy week. You got 3 loads of laundry. One to go in the washer, 2 are sitting folded. The kitchen a wreck, and the bathroom needs cleaned. And there's paperwork on the counter that needs on through. So to me, that's a lot of stuff. It might not be you guys, but to me, that's a lot of stuff, and I'm overwhelmed by just too many tasks at hand. I honestly never been diagnosed with ADD, but I seriously think I could have it. So that should give you guys some hope. But here's the thing. My husband might tell me 3 things at one time, and I have to look at him and go, I have no clue. I have no clue what you just said. You're going to tell me one thing at a time. So, one thing at a time. Focus. We can do this, guys. We can do this. Okay? That'd be the same way to clean my house. I can't look at all that stuff and go, oh my gosh, I can't do all that at once. That's true. I can't do all that at once. I'm one person. So, I have to, in my mind, go, okay, one thing at a time. I can do one thing at a time. And then I'm going to feel good because, well, at least I got my laundry folded. I can look back and see I got something done rather than throw up my hands and go, that's too much. I can't do it. It's too much. So don't let anything be too much for you. And if you need a hand or somebody to walk you through something, I can honestly say I've had that too. I've actually, when we've moved and it was overwhelming and had lots of boxes, I solicited help. I asked for somebody who was good with organizing, a friend that I knew was good with organizing. Can you help me? So anyway, don't be afraid to ask for help. So the next thing when you click through this process, it's going to say start here. Go through the start here part. Follow those instructions, and it's how to add contacts. It's very basic, but that's exactly what you're doing. And then you also want to know the schedule. And why is scheduling important? Because these books, and when I click on the schedule tab at the top, the book tell you, or not the books, the site tells you that you have that, and it's not mailed out by UPS. They go out postal service. So in big red letters, it says generally takes 1 to 3 weeks to deliver the brochures from the time that they mail them. We normally process and mail the brochure generally within 1 to 3 business days after the mailer due date. So you need to figure out when you, and this is sometimes the part where it gets a little confusing to people, but if you look at, if you scroll down further, it is going to tell you, you're going to see kind of a teal, a purple, a yellow, a tan, a green, and then we're back to like a teal color again. But the very first part is gray, and it's telling you which brochures or what campaign you're sending. So that's looking down. So if you're looking down, and I'm looking at the campaign, it's campaign 23, 24, it's in numerical order. So I just have already sent out campaign 25, and I got my 25 back. What I did with it? Oh man, I thought I had it on my desk. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but this, and I should have probably left it in the little plastic thing, but it comes with a nice little plastic wrap thing around the outside of it, so it doesn't get all bent up and out of shape. But that, wait a minute. Now, and it's going to be backwards when you're looking at it, I realize. But there's my label, just so you can see. My label has my information, and you can see it says it's stamped with a permit 2. That means this is bulk mail. Anytime you send out bulk mail, one, you money. But I personally don't have, well, I might have. I don't know. I might have. I don't remember how many pieces it takes for bulk mail, but I don't have that many committed people that I know it would be worth my while giving all those people, because other one would see them all and everything. So anyway, bottom line is, it takes longer for mail that worked on that or did not know that. Bulk mail takes longer. Because you could get this book in mail today, and your customer, depending on where they live, if they live in the same state, they might get it tomorrow. Or if they're a state away, they still could possibly get it tomorrow or the next day, day after that. But for some people, it might, if you mail it yourself, and there are 3 states, let's say I'm in North Carolina and Texas, it might take 4 or 5 days for them to get the book, and that depends on how I mail. If I were to, if mail book, the York office is bringing a book in to just hurry and get the book away. We have let me drop that also. You want that you want to set medium, because medium just putting that in, say hand in the book and their package and say mail this out, and it costs me. So you got your homework, but if somebody needs a book away, then the quickest to do is to the post office to do it. If it's not right away and you plan ahead, then you can use this can mailer. In a pinch, you still can, not, when you look at this, it's not your plan. So let's say I was going to do May 6th, it was November 8th, and I missed it. The next campaign mailer is November 15th. Well, there's this time span in between. If I go back up and try to select it in my control panel, where it's the second step is to choose my campaign 26. Well, it's going to allow me to choose letter C, which I'm letter B, but that's the next one out. So they might get to 26 a little bit later, but don't forget, we can still do back orders. So they can back order from a book if they didn't get it in time to catch it for campaign 26, but they still have the book. You can at least follow up with them and say, hey, I sent you out a book. You probably get it in the next few weeks because I sent it out bulk mail. And let me know when you got it, and then I'll be sure I check back with you in a few days to see if there's anything you want. So it's not impossible, if you missed your day or deadline, to go to the next campaign mailer plan, even if that's not your plan. So I want to make sure we all understand that too. You can still go with the next one and still get a book out. It's just not going to get to them as soon, and they may have less time to look at it. And I know when I've done it one time that I've had a few people who got their books pretty quick, like in a few days. And within that few days, I hadn't even, they got it before my campaign was even available. That 25, let's just use that for instance. We just put in 24, and I had a girl contacting me to put a 25 order. I'm thinking, my book a little bit. So it's unpredictable. Sometimes some people will get their books a few days early, and other people, so they've got like a whole 2 weeks to look at it. So anyway, whatever you choose to do, just know that if you missed your date, it doesn't mean you have to, okay, I can't mail anything out now. You still can mail something out. Okay, so we talked about that, and that's your schedule. You gotta find your schedule. So it's the start here, then your schedule, so you can figure it out. I can tell you the pricing, and it's also listed on the site. The main brochure sounds good to me. So you're popping in, sorry, up. The brochure, if you have like one new book, $1.39. If you try to look, $20 to $3. So big, say you get books out. And that's important because you're trying to watch how see. So if you can use that, you've hit the $1.20 each to go up. Then from 30 to 39, it's $1.19. If you can finally hit 50 customers, then you're only looking at $1.09 per book. It's not until you hit 100 customer mark where it's going to be 99 cents for each book. But then, of course, I'm spending $100 in mailing. This is a tax write-off, so be sure that you keep track of that. Print out a receipt from the, it shows you at the end when you process everything. It'll allow you to print out something for your tax records. And if you choose not to do that and you are trying to go paperless, I have done where I take my little snippet tool, I copy all the whole, the thing that shows how much I spent, how many people I sent to, and what the cost was, and then I copy that and paste it into an email, and I email back to myself. So then I have a record, so I've got a file on the side of my email that specifically says campaign mailer receipts. So I know at the end of the year if I want to go back in and whether we need to print that off or just go in and handwrite the totals. It's just less paperwork. I am a paperwork junkie, so it's anything I can do to try to save on paperwork. I'm learning to do that. So I'm sending a lot of stuff to my email back to me so that I've got a record of it and I have a file for that record. And then you have the last thing on here that's going to help you get this all together is the contact information. Or actually it'll say your control panel. So when you click on your control panel, that is where you're going to enter a new contact. I can do a little snippet at the bottom of this video so you can see where you're going to enter the name and all that good stuff. And then I'll even do a little snippet where you can see representative contact label. Now I showed you in the back of the book, but it was not easy to read backwards. So I will make a copy of what I have, and there's nothing that says that's magical. You can put whatever you want on there. Just maybe mine as a guideline. And then there's a blue one underneath the green and yellow that is actually your profile. That's the information that the campaign mailer people need to have on hand about you in case they need to contact you for any reason, something's not right, or your card, whenever you charge your card, they want to make sure it went through proper or whatever. I've never had any trouble with it, but they do need to have a way to contact you. And then I think the part that gets a little confusing, at the top, it's a big purple box, and it says create groups. Again, I will do a little snippet and add that into the bottom of this video in the comment section so you can see this is how I do it, so it's easy for me, but whatever is easy for you, or whatever names you come up with for you, then you do it. You do what works for you. Now, and you can create a new group and have a group that you're mailing whatever campaign it is to, and all you have to do is select that same group every time. So like you're going to see I have group A every 2 weeks, group South Carolina, North Carolina, and I have a once a month group. So where I went through and tried to make separate groups, but initially, then I was getting to a point where I'm like, where I started out just sending to almost everybody because I didn't have many people on my list. Now I have more people and I need to separate my groups. So what you do is you create that, you type it in the little box, and then whatever you want that group to be called, you hit add. And then once it's added, then you're going to go down in the little beige box. It says order here. It shows me what my last order was, a Campaign 25 mailer on October 25th, 2016. I sent that out. So now I'm ready to select a new group. So I can select my Campaign 26 book if I type in and say I want to send it to everybody, and so I make it Campaign 26, and then I will go down and select all the different people who I want to get Campaign 26. And I've got 95 people on my list. I knew I had close to 100. So I decide which ones are going to get Campaign 26, and then I hit save contact to the group, and then I choose my mailer, which would be, I should be, because of where I'm at, I should be mailer B, but it's already past that date. So you figure out what's your mailer plan. If you don't know and you need help, please reach out to me or Kathleen Stowe. She knows how to do this too. And there probably are a few others who are finally starting to learn this. So, if you just post something out there, somebody should be able to answer for you. And there's a gift card thing here. I've never had it. I've never had the privilege of getting a gift card. So I've never had to use that. But, so those are the main things, those three. Choose your group, save your contacts, choose your mailer. And then step 3 is review your order. When you click on that, it's going to show you the list of who you're sending your book to, and that basically is just for you to confirm, yep, I wanted all those people on there. And it's one last time. There was a couple times where I noticed I must have went into, it does allow you to edit. There's a little pencil on the left, and there's also a trash can on the far right. So if you need to take somebody off the list, they contact you and say, you know what, I'm not going to have money to buy AVON anymore, or whatever. Well, that person, somebody calls you and says that, by all means, you better offer them the opportunity, because if they don't have money to buy AVON, they're really hurting. They need help. So I'd say offer them the opportunity. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to buy from me, but let me tell you, I can help you make some money. Do you want to do that? But another story, another time. So if you're in the middle of editing, and I think I've gotten interrupted in the middle of editing a couple times, I neglected to put the state in. I did have the zip code, but when I checked back, the thing came across after I sent in who did I want to get books. I then noticed that the spot where the state was a blank box. So I wanted to make sure that, all that information was correct, and I do have people's names and states and all that. So definitely make sure those are all correct. But once you do that, then you hit submit, and it's going to ask you for a credit card. I'm thinking, I don't know if it does PayPal too, but for sure you can pay with a credit card or a debit card, whichever. And once you pay for it, then a little thing will pop up, say, are you sure this is what you want to do? Yes, I'm sure that's what I want to do. So then you hit submitting, and it goes off, and then your people get their books. So it's that easy. The only other thing that I can tell you then is, here's the other thing. We talked about follow-up earlier. Again, you want to follow up with these people. The fact of the matter is, and then you can go in, and at the very top, after you've already sent them, you can go to your order history and clicking on mine, just see what it says. When you go to order history, then you're going to have this list of, on the left-hand side, it'll have an order number. When you click on the order number, that opens up this screen to show you people who you have, who you've sent it to. So here's and I just went ahead and printed out my list. So I've got, it tells me up the top, I have 52 people I sent a book to. Now, that means I spent $50-something, $52 or whatever, on sending out books. I don't want this to go out and I spent $52 on books and I don't get any orders from this. I definitely will want to follow up. So there are some people on here who are a little more local. So those people, I know I have their, and there is no place on Campaign Mailer to type. I'm going to make that suggestion. I don't know if they'll hear me out or not, but I would wish that they would put a place for phone numbers for your customers. I realize it's set up so that they just pull the information they need in order to ship it out to your customer, but for you, following up is huge. So you're going to have that list of people, and that's why I print mine out. So when I print mine out, then I got to go back, and what I do is I highlight the names of all my local people, and I'll send a text message because I have them saved in my phone. I'll send a text message to them and let them know I've got an order going in on November 21st for campaign 25. You should have received your book from me, several days ago. I hope you had an opportunity to go through it. Please just get back to me with whatever order you have so we can get that in for you right away and get it to you right away. Just that kind of thing. And then once you have them interested, or when you've made that follow-up contact, some people are going to call you back. They're going to give you their order, and while you have them on the phone, I make a little something extra here. They already have the book, so they already know about these things because this is the book that they're getting. Now, there is an opportunity on there to send out the Avon Living if you want to do that separately. And I think, now that I'm thinking about it, they're also, because right now it's that time of year for the calendars. When I say calendars, the Avon calendar. So I'm talking about the calendar, the Avon, you can order. I think I put that in a post or something, but anyway, the Avon calendar, that's what they're talking about. So if you want to mail out to some of your good customers the Avon calendar, you can do that also. It does cost a little bit more. It's $1.99 for each customer that you send a calendar out to, from 1 to 9 customers, and it gets to be less after that. But you can do a main brochure and an outlet together, or the Avon Living separately. But my point is, usually you're just sending out this book, okay? So when they call you back, you've messaged them, you've reached out to them, whether it was a text or a phone call, or an email, and now they're getting back to you and they've got an order. Have a little fun. Several of you have probably called Avon for one thing or another, customer service, and then you get before you go, I just wanted to tell you about a quick special Avon has going on. And this is what you get sometimes when you call Avon. So you listen because you think, well, maybe there's something that I don't know about. So here's the deal. What I like to do is go through these little sales flyers, and I mark a couple of different things. And it's got to be, when you look at it, it's got to be like, this one is campaign, I don't even know if you can read this backwards, campaign 23-24, okay? This one is campaign 22-23. This one is campaign 25-26. So I can use all of these because right now I'm selling in 25. So I can go back as far as 23, 24, and 25. We can go back too. So I will look through, like here on the front, these earrings are really cute, and maybe they haven't seen them, so that might be one where it would be, what you can say is, if it's somebody that you send a text message to or whatever, and they can get pictures, you can let them know. I know you like jewelry, so before I submit your order, I just wanted to let you know there was some jewelry that was on sale. A double leaf earring set is normally $14.99, and Avon has it on sale for $5.99. So it's a really good deal. It comes in silver tone, hematite, and rose gold, or gold tone. So I don't know if that sounds interesting to you. I could actually take a picture you'd like, and then go from there. Okay, sorry, I apologize. Or they like, so you can already tell about the special. This is for 9. The customers who already know that the deal is 3 pieces for $9.99. Or you could tell them about it. And you could do a $10 one is good. Okay, so you got these Skin So Soft $10, 3 pieces for $10. So that's for the back of this one. This is the front cover. Looks like this. Back is 3 for $4. These are mini hand creams. Good deal. Hand cream. And then maybe you know who likes red pearls. They can get 2 pieces for $12.99. Or there's also both of the Census Avery 2 pieces. So you don't want to overwhelm with too many offers. You could pick 2. You know who you're calling. You know who that store is. So if they're who likes Skin So Soft, you may want to offer them the 3 piece for $10. Or if they like their perfumes, you might want to offer them one of those perfumes. Or you may offer them those earrings. Just something to tell them about that they don't know about. It's not in the book. So basically, that is it. As far as Miller is, I'm going to do some snippets and add those into the comment section. I hope that helped you, and I did tell you yesterday, I had a couple things I did not have with me. I wanted you guys to see this really quick. This is the makeup kit. Oh my gosh, it is so nice. I open it and let you guys see this. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love those colors. I can't wait to play in it. I just knocked those things out. But anyway, very, very pretty. Lots of different things that you could do with this, and I'm kind of thinking I might do a different little, I did it last year where I did a couple of videos. I might do like something 12 Days of Christmas, or I don't know, 7 Days of Christmas, because it's a lot, 12 days. Whew, a lot of videos. But I do 5 Days of Christmas, where I go in and I play with several different colors, and that's the color for the day or something like that. So I don't know, I was pondering doing it. I just wanted you to see how nice it was. Very pretty. Looks like a little book. And this is like magnetic, so it sticks together. And just a couple of things. This is the protection. If you see that, it is really pretty. All these bracelets, I think they were $9.99 in the new book. This is one of the Christmas. No, it's really hard to see in that plastic. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, this was a top, and I wondered how it's going to look because it came in this box. So this is not a fancy box, but it is called Snow Globe Snowflake Earring. The earrings are adorable. Very, very cute little snowflakes, and that would be a cute little stocking stuffer. And I do have this bracelet. I did put this bracelet on because I thought this was really cute. I don't know if you can see that or not. But nice little bracelet. Got little snowflakes all over around it. I want to say this was like a $7 bracelet. So it fits almost any size wrist. It's stretchy. But anyway, so that concludes our session for today, Campaign Mailer. I hope that will help you. Be proactive, guys. All I can tell you is be proactive. Whether you have wheels or you don't have wheels, whether you have a few customers or a lot of customers, it doesn't matter. These are all tools that we can utilize and things that we can do to help benefit our business, and we are in the busiest time of year. So it's really going to benefit you to get the books out, talk to people, and get new customers. So sometimes the only way to do that is to send out a book. So maybe you have a few names on your email list that you never sent them a book. And maybe you don't have a phone number for them, you only have the email. You know who they are, but they're just like an acquaintance or whatever. Send an email. Just a little, hi, this is, if I'm going to do this and I'm saying it's me, hi, it's Denise Hatcher. I met you a long time ago at wherever I met them. Usually I remember when I see the name where I met somebody or how I know them. And it could have been I met him in the parking lot at Food Lion. So I don't know if you remember me or not, and I never got to give you a book, or I met you at my daughter's soccer practice, whatever. I never got to give you a book, and so like I might have names of some people because they were part of our soccer team or whatever, but I never really gave them an Avon book because I didn't have the chance to. That's a relief, but there were a few people who didn't always come to regular practice stuff. They were just hurry, drop their kids off and go, but I had their email. So, but in a game I met them, so hey, how are you, but didn't get a chance to give them a book. So anyway, bottom line is connect with those people, let them know that I'm an Avon representative, and I know it's the holidays. I might be able to save you some money on some of the things that you're already going to be buying. Would it be okay with you if I sent you out a book? It's that easy. And if so, just email me back with your address, and I'll be happy to get a book out to you as soon as possible. I usually use a bulk mailing program, so you may not get the book for several days, but it is coming. If you don't get a book from me and it's been more than 2 weeks, please email me back so that I can confirm I do have a correct address for you and I did not make a mistake somewhere. That's simple. So hopefully this helps you guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. Again, I can't seem to get away from an hour video. It just seems to be what happens to me, but I know there was a couple different things that need to be covered, and everybody who's wanting to use this program sometimes gets a little stifled by all the stuff that's on there. It's a little overwhelming at first, but you just walk through it. If you need help, you need somebody to walk you through it, please feel free to call me or Kathleen. Either one of us, we both know how to walk through the program, and we'll walk you through it. So hopefully this helps. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. Remember that I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm not doing a Friday focus, so this was kind of it. And I will be gone on Saturday. Bob Highleg is going to be my teacher for the weekend. I will return on Sunday. I'll be back for the to work the flea ball that day. I'm going to miss a day at the flea ball. I'm kind of sad about it, but it's okay. I'm doing it for the better, for the good of Avon. Hopefully I come back and I come for the team. That's the important thing. So I'm going to come back with information to help all of you. That's my plan. Looking forward to sharing what I learned, and hope you all have a great day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.